It's almost like they went to see a plastic surgeon because this thing has a full facelift inside and out, and you're gonna get to see it here first. Stay tuned. Hello everybody, welcome to Bish's RV. Actually, welcome to Alliance RV. I'm Josh from Bish's, and this is the full new look inside and out at the 2025 Paradigm Series. Also going to be shaping and influencing a lot of things that are happening even in the Avenue Series. And it's interesting, if you look at this, a lot of people, I teased a photo of this early. They said it almost looks like an Avenue nose cap. They're really kind of taking the best of both worlds from Paradigm and Avenue and sort of merging them into one thing to, I think, give you the overall best impression here. So compared to last year and the last year before that, these had a pretty standard brown interior decor, had maybe a little bit of a Western tinge to it. It has sort of adopted a little bit of like, I call it almost like an executive kind of feel. It's very subdued, but very classy and upscale. And the thing is, I looked at this RV when I first walked up, and I was like, ooh, that paint package is looking good. And then I got up close, and I realized this is not a paint package. That is just how Paradigm is looking now. And I think, personally, it looks stellar. And I'd love to hear what you think. Now, this 395 DS is a returning floor plan, and I personally feel one of the very best dual suite offerings out there on the market today. It has a king front bedroom with full bathroom, a queen rear bedroom with full bathroom, and bonus loft, attic, storage, sleeper space, whatever you want it to be. What I love about this one is the way that they lay out the living room actually provides enough seating for everybody that can sleep in this RV. And that is a problem that most bunkhouses and most dual suite two bedrooms have, that they have nailed here. And I'm really excited to get to go through this one with you. Leave me notes as we go. Let me know what you think, good, bad, ugly, in between. And I, in turn, will try to do the same. And if you appreciate the candid way we go about this, hit that subscribe button, like our video, and let's go. And as we go today, as you're kind of soaking this all in, the new look and a couple of the new features I'm going to point out, I would have you just kind of listen to the background sound real quick. I'm going to shut up for a second. So, Paradigms all have a triple air conditioner system, standard. This model is a little bit unique in that it actually has a mini ducted system back here. But that's because this air conditioner has to give air to the loft, to the private rear bathroom, and private rear bedroom. You have a second dedicated air conditioner down here specifically for the living room kitchen, and then a mini ducted system for only the bedroom and bathroom. So you have effective zone cooling. Now, the centralized air unit, if you have a centralized air, like the one back there or in the bedroom, it actually has the RV airflow system, which keeps the airflow more effective. It cools the RV more efficiently, and it knocks down a bunch of noise. So again, if I shut up, that is with the air conditioners absolutely cranked. And to help you kind of see that, I want to actually show you the thermostat over here. So it's blinking a little bit on camera because that's not just the sticker, that's the actual screen. Hold on, I gotta block the light out of this thing. There we go. So it's currently 71 degrees inside. It's over 90 outside. I've barely had this thing on and it cooled down in a hurry. And the thermostat's set to 60 with the fan on high. It is set to absolute screamer mode. And the volume's not terrible. Now, I don't know if it's the quietest system, but I know that the volume doesn't bother me, personally. I sleep with a fan louder than that every single night. I really like the way they did the crown molding here with the indirect lighting. It just looks really ritzy, glitzy, and clean. I like it. Speaking of which, what do you think of this new decor? Now, this new decor, they liked it so much, they decided to even move it into their Avenue series. So that'll be Avenue's third new decor in 3 years, which they usually keep a decor at least 2. The living room seating arrangement on this, though, that's one of my favorite things about this. So your theater seat, or if you're standing here at the kitchen, you are just straight down the barrel of that entertainment gun right there, looking right at that smart TV. All the TVs you see today are all going to be smart TVs, even in both bedrooms. The TV can also pivot around. I'll give you a look at that in just a second. But what's great about this one is this RV actually has enough seating to accommodate everybody that it can sleep. And that is an issue that a lot of RVs tend to suffer from. It's an irony that the RVs that sleep the most people typically seat the fewest. So it's kind of tricky. What Paradigm did different is they gave it almost a toy hauler living room, but I think it works. Now, being a Paradigm, you've got things like a power theater seat right here as opposed to just a manual ripcord. And as you can tell, that is, we're going to call that a little bit more cuddle compliant. Over here off to the side, this I think is really smart. They begin by giving us the trifold hide-to-bed sleeper sofa there. And as we back up, you might notice how all the windows here in the living area have both, nighttime blackout, or even day, well, basically blackout shades and day shades. They have double shades, and that TV can twist and shout around. They put a pretty decent sound system in here, that JBL sound system as well. Now we're gonna get to that upper deck in just a minute. That upper wall right there is a little bit blank, but I think it's actually a perfect opportunity to do some kind of decoration. What would you put up here? If I thought about it, what would I put up here? Oh yeah! I don't know. I'll have to think on that a little bit further. Anyway, what a lot of RVs do that have the TV straight across from the theater seat is they'll do dual hide-to-bed sleeper sofas. I don't know that I need dual sofas. You still need a place to go dining. And this is also a really cool look at what I'm going to call their new Dinesque, where instead of just a table and chairs, because it does have a pair of fold-away chairs. When they're opened up, they look just like those two chairs down there. If we do a magic trick, alakazam, that thing converts over into a traditional dining arrangement. But what's nice is you can use it for just two of you. You could use it as a desk. You could use it as a four-person dining arrangement. There are power outlets down below, right in the middle there, and it is carpetless slide system right there. I love this arrangement. I love a campsite dining or workstation overlook with a view like that. Oh, I love that. That is something I enjoy, if you couldn't tell. Now, I try to be fair. There's things I like. There's a couple things I don't. I always try to personally test demo stuff. Sometimes working alone, I can't always showcase it on camera. They have made it a little bit better. These steps are a little shallow, so it feels like a little bit of a toe gripper, but it's not terrible. Now, if you notice, there's that funny triangular piece of storage down there. Well, in Harry Potter, I think that's where Dobby the house elf lived. Master has given Dobby a sock. I think that's where he lived, if I wasn't completely sure of that. What is nice, though, is this staircase ladder statter thing does make it easier to get up here. Now, you can see the loft area is fairly Spartan, and I would be curious, people who have lofts in their RVs, do you use it as sleeping? Do you use it as storage? How are you actually executing this space in practice once you take the RV home? If I had to guess, I would suspect most people are just using it as storage. But hey, I could be wrong. Now, what's kind of cool here, a lot of people who build a two-bedroom loft model, it's a drop-down floor. This is not. It is all one flat level, and it's still, eyeballing it, about 6.5 foot tall back here. So kind of like a travel trailer height, where it's not extra tall, but it's also not extra steps down. It's not a rear drop frame. And the reason that is awesome is rear drop frames are great for living space, but they are garbage for towing, because you will drag the tail of that sucker like a dog scratching its butt on the floor very easily. Both sides of this bed have USB Type A and C plugs, as well as household plugs. And the lights are about to flicker. If you are light sensitive, you might want to look away. I'm going to give you a 3, 2, 1 count. So now we're going to go. And as I bring this down right here, these actually have dimmer lights. Now, the lights are flickering only on camera, not in person. That's due to the refresh rates of the camera that I use. So in person, it doesn't do that at all. But your living room, both bedrooms, all have dimmer lighting. This is a 60 by 80 True Queen bed back here, whereas up in the front you have your choice between a king or a queen. Now, popping that up, there is some good storage below that sucker. So it's also, obviously gas strutted and easy lift. Now, both of your bed slides currently are a Norco Exact Slide system. And the reason I'm mentioning that is one of the benefits of the Exact Slide system is it's the one of the only systems used in the towable RV industry that, while retracted, is designed to be like you can sit in it. So, in theory, you could use these beds while the slides are retracted. And in a model like this that's designed to sleep a bunch of people, I think that's important. Now, when we get to road mode in this model, I don't know that it's going to matter much down here, because for the most part, I think that you're going to find that this bedroom's probably going to be blocked off by the slides. We'll find out for sure. Again, standard smart TV. And if we crack everything open and look at the storage here, it's interesting how those two dresser, hanging wardrobes, the doors actually slide instead of swing. I want to point that out so somebody looking at one of these and like potentially browsing and shopping in person doesn't accidentally rip it off. But the dresser space back here is phenomenal. And that's part of this. Feels to me like maybe a little more of the kids' room or a guest room, whereas the front bedroom will probably be more of your primary, because it just has the bigger closet, more hanging space. That just sort of feels right, makes sense to me. These sliding doors, this one sliding door, because it's a swinging door to get into the bedroom, that actually does lock in place, by the way. So that's one of the cool things on those. Now, the rear bathroom back here, I like it. It doesn't have a second entry door like a lot of dual suite models do, which is really nice. But as a result, they were able to put things like your sink hardware in a better spot. Now, that is my little baby Ranger, the Ford Maverick. That is not rated for towing this. Now, a Ford freaking Ranger has unlimited payload and towing capacity. Beyond that, though, in terms of a general vehicle recommendation, I don't know that I feel okay recommending much less than a 1-ton dually for something like this. You're pretty much in big diesel country. There's decent space around that toilet, which is really nice. And like we just saw, you can pull that blackout privacy shade out of the way so you're not putting a free show on in the shower for the neighbors. And if you're just sitting there on the pot, you can keep the conversation going. Gross. Anyway, good space under the sink, good drawer space in there as well. And that is a large medicine cabinet that we're looking at back here additionally. But because you have the big loft and everything, they couldn't really build the ceiling short. So they occupied some of that extra wall with just that extra big window, which technically does open for airflow if you want to help steam it out or something like that. And you might notice that also allowed them to remove the skylight from the roof, which is one of the #1 leak points in an RV. And since this thing is so darn tall back there, even though I'm over 6 foot myself, I had to stand on my toes wearing shoes in the shower to actually touch the ceiling. I think it's a shower that has enough headroom even for like Shaquille O'Neal. I want to make a quick mention. It's not official yet. They are using the Norco Exact Slide system on their beds right now. That might change. They are currently testing a different bed slide system, but unless it works and doesn't cause problems, it won't be adopted. So that's one of the things that I really respect about Alliance. They were like almost any manufacturer nowadays calls themselves like consumer driven and stuff like that. Alliance truly was the first one to really actually do that, to base themselves off consumer input and feedback. Their after sale warranty service fulfillment has earned them a borderline cult level following. And I'll never say that anyone's perfect, and I respect the fact that even Alliance doesn't like call themselves perfect, but for the most part, they are really defining the modern era of RV customer service, and they continue to do so much with like the RV Technical Institute. Alliance is literally helping pave the way for other RV brands to enjoy things like tech training. It's really, really cool what they're doing there. Now, over here in the refrigerator, this is slightly different. This is a 19, I think, cubic foot, 12 volt DC compressor fridge. They were one of the first to use big 12-volt fridges in these as well, which I actually really respect. I do also want to point out, when we were looking at the hide-a-bed sleeper sofa, or if we're looking at here above the fridge, there's overhead cabinet space, and it's good. But what it's not is self-supporting. It is more of a gravity drop. That's, again, I'm nitpicking, and I'm looking for trouble with the map and glasses, but that's just a little thing that I kind of have with these. However, open things up, that pantry is awesome. It is located right around the kitchen. The shelves are adjustable, removable. There's power outlets in the bottom if you want to put like a boot dryer or something in there. You can do some good things with it. I love this kitchen arrangement. These condensed wraparound U kitchens, they provide awesome counter space, awesome storage, awesome prep area. They pack a big punch in here. They're using things like soft close drawer hinges. They extra reinforce their kitchen drawers so that you can actually load heavy stuff into them. They've changed out the stove oven combo. That's gotten a little bit bigger this year. And one of the things I really like in this RV is it looks like under the sink you got a great spot for a wastebasket. But what's cool is it actually has a built-in drop-in garbage wastebasket area right in the countertop of this floor plan. I'm a sucker for that stuff. I love little details like that. I think it's a really handy, really smart feature. And with this RV being carpetless and ventless flooring, if you have a little spill or something in the kitchen or anywhere, it's not hard. It's not hard to clean anything up. I also personally prefer it when the slide floor and the main floor match just like this. To me, it just looks so seamless. And that, by the way, is a full wraparound real backsplash. You know what you're not seeing? Hold on. Let me get... Oh, my knees. Ow. All right, let me get down. You've got some power outlets over there. You got some power outlets over there. And obviously, we got a couple power outlets down here. I always like to check... ouch. I got to lose some weight. Where my kitchen outlets are located. Moving upstairs. This is interesting. They go with the dual entry bedroom bathroom. I don't know that I love the second entry off the bedroom myself, but that's my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your specific take on that. Just because I don't love something doesn't mean it's a bad thing. One of the things I do really like in here is their soft close toilet lid. Because we have those at my house, and my daughter and I have become quite used to them, and we don't remember stuff as well as my wife. And when we go on like vacation and we use the bathroom, the first time we do, you always hear wham, because we forget that not every toilet lid is now soft closed. Their shower space over here, I feel like last year it was a little bit of a step down shower, so it's creating extra steps, and yeah, it made some headroom, but I don't know that I loved it. Evidently, maybe they felt the same. I'm not sure, because it's not a step down shower anymore, but the headroom is fantastic regardless. It doesn't need to be. Obviously, they go pretty whole hog on the shower hardware there as well. And sorry, there's going to be a big board right in your face. All right, in case you missed it, it does include the like 300-pound rated shower seat. Now, I want folks to understand, this is for setting down carefully and bathing. This is not like a diving board. It's not made to like plop down. It's not made to bounce. If you want to just drop yourself on this like a bag of potatoes, you're going to break it. You know, just be reasonable. Be smart about this stuff, and it's going to hold up pretty fine for you. Now, again, remember, up here in the bedroom, you do have a miniature air ducted system. So this is feeding exclusively the bedroom and the bathroom. But again, this is at maximum crank. Listen. That's all the louder it possibly gets. And it can get a lot quieter if you turn it down into like low mode as well. I'm pretty happy overall with the volume of that. Now, what's funny is I'm a person who likes to sleep with a loud fan. And when I travel for work, I actually have a white noise simulating app on my phone, which is really nice. I'm also, I kind of stumbled into this thing called binaural beats, which sort of the same kind of concept as like certain tones that like monks listen to when they're chanting. Certain frequencies allegedly help you either focus or sleep or whatever. I don't know if it works really well. I will say though, I have been sleeping pretty good lately. Maybe there's something to it. I'm not sure. Ooh, I noticed how that TV angles downward. Sorry, you don't care about my personal sleeping habits. TV angles downward. That's a little bit of a neck saver right there. The cool thing here, it's easy to miss, is the handy little shoe garage going on under that dresser. It's especially easy to miss when you pop all the drawers open. Now, I gave you a little bit of a look at that front closet, but I do want you to also understand that that is prepped and ready for either a combo or side-by-side washer and dryer. You can put the dryer on one side, the washer on the other, or just a combo on one side. And what's cool about that is it doesn't eat up all of your hanging space when you do it that way. Now, we're looking at the king bed in here, which I think most people in a Paradigm are going to find. But notice how the mattress hangs over. That's because there is a queen bed base under it. Now, they do use a wider wood platform when you go to the king bed. So if you like lay on that side of the mattress, it's not going to go splonk and drop you on the floor or anything like that. And if you're asking me what that sound effect was, I think it was splonk. I'm not sure. Okay, I've yammered on enough. Road mode. I don't remember if it's good or bad, but we're going to find out together. Okay, so that's about what I thought. When the big living room seating and like partial kitchen super slide closes, it gets pretty bossy. Now, if you need to, you can slide around the side over here, and I can never remember. I see so many RVs. I can't remember if you can actually access the fridge or not. I don't think you can because it bumps right here. However, there's kind of a very real way around this. If you open just the one slide over on the campsite, the whole world changes in this RV. Because it's using that exact slide system, in theory, you could crawl across or use that bed in transit. Do me a favor. I'm still learning about that. Verify that, like with Alliance or something like that, before you just go climbing through it. And if I slowly rotate you around so as to not make you motion sick, you have the exact same situation going on in the upper deck. So our upper bedroom and bathroom are very readily, easily accessible. And the reason this can work and be legitimately okay is because of the fact that this has that big, long quad stable step, which if you look, actually opens out further than the slide itself. So, logically, if you can open the steps to get into the RV, then you're probably in a situation that has the clearance needed to open that slide. And maybe that works for you, maybe it doesn't, but it is an option. And if you appreciate how we try to go a little bit further to showcase that for you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's keep going outdoors here. And I'm not joking. When I first saw this, I said to myself, holy cow, that's a sweet looking new paint package. And then I got up close and I found out that's not paint. That's just high gloss fiberglass and a dynamite graphics package that they put together here. Again, it's funny. It's a Valor front cap. It's an Alliance body. And it looks almost like an Avenue color palette. And altogether, I like it. I think that is sharp. Now, I don't know how well it translates to camera, but this is a 101-inch wide body design. So they're giving you a lot of room all the way through. They're also using what they call their Space Saver chassis system. It's a Rhino box kind of chassis that, it provides a fully flat floor upstairs. And they're outfitting it right from the factory with good suspension, good pin boxes. And that's actually one of the real cornerstones of Alliance RV is before they built their first RV, they went to tons and tons of RV rallies and talked to people who just camp like crazy and said, what do you want in a rig? And a lot of people said better running gear, better chassis, things like the water shutoff valves for all the individual appliances. They had all that. Now, right here, we're looking at an optional piece of equipment. That is the 60 amp MPPT charge controller by Renogy. And what that tells me is that this RV is outfitted with the Super Solar Plus package. Normally, by default, this RV has a 20 amp charge controller with a 320 watt roof solar panel. The Super Solar Plus upgrades to a 60 amp charge controller. It adds a second 320 watt panel, and it also adds a a 2,000 or 3,000 watt inverter and 3 100 amp hour lithium batteries. So it's a multi-layer package that you can get applied to this. Now, is that the kind of solar that you're gonna you know, park in the middle of a field like this and run all your air conditioners and everything exclusively off the sun? No. For that kind of stuff, you're talking serious custom money. And at that point, a generator is going to be better. But you may have noticed that front compartment. It is prepped and ready for a generator if you are so inclined. Now, she is long and strong and down to get the camping on. And if you want to learn how these are built, wouldn't you know it? I've got actually 2 Alliance tours. One is a tour exclusively of their lamination plant, and then a second one of one of their actual production facilities that can give you a much clearer concept of what we're looking at here. So they're putting you know, heavier rated tires on here, which a lot of big fifth wheels are nowadays. But you've also got, in addition to that pin box, the wet bolt fastener shock dampening suspension. This floor plan, because you have kitchen in the middle, full bathroom in the front, full bathroom in the back, it is a 2-headed sewer monster. So this is the kitchen in the front bathroom. You'll find a second sewer outlet in the back corner of the RV, specifically for the rear bathroom black and gray tanks. And that's one of the reasons when you look at this floor plan, the holding tank capacities are just out of control because it has tons of tanks in the belly. Now, what we're looking at here is a feature I love. It's basically, it's a kitchen drop-in wastebasket space. So you put yourself a big old wastebasket in there, and when it's time to take out the trash, well, you just open the baggage door and take it out. You don't have to track it through the RV and worry about maybe dribbling something. You know, it just kind of makes sense. One of the only dings that I have out here is that this forward folding half baggage door doesn't have like a magnet holdback or anything to catch itself on. So if that gets flung open in the wind, the twist latch for the propane could actually, you know, punch the front of that baggage door. I don't love that, but if you appreciate how we point that out, let us know. Your lower deck slides, by the way, those are rack and pinion, whereas your, your living room and kitchen slides, those are rack and pinion. Your 2 bedroom slides, those are a Norco exact slide, in case you were kind of curious. Of course, all of our docking centers are in here. They have adopted the electric dump gate valves on these. They have a physical switch for all of the slides right out, the slides on this side of the RV right here, and easy access to things. If you want, you know, to like winterize the RV or check anything for service purposes. And you might notice one flex hose that's coming off the water pump. That's a required code item, but it's a dedicated hose to do that. Everything else is PEX on PEX. And they're even using better electrical connectors here than is really even required for, you know, industry code. Now, sliding over to the other side of the RV, you've got your outside TV hookups. You've also got the 4th slide button right here, so you can always line of sight your slide outs from the outside. But you see those other 2 switch panels that I have open? Those are for the dual power awnings. Again, it's the same concept where you can be outside, you can open this stuff and make sure it's not going to connect with a tree. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Pardon me. I tried to hit my thumb to kill the video there and failed. Anyway, what was I saying? Dual power running. So whether you want to make sure you don't hit a tree, or if you just want to, you know, not track dirt inside, outside, go up and down the stairs because your hands are full or whatever. You don't have to. The RV does have a gas grill quick connect right down below the baggage compartment. You can see the little white flag off that cap kind of peeking at you, poking at you there. They've gone to the new safety rail handle system, which is longer and gives you more to hold on to. The other thing that I like about it is if you have some unmonitored child roaming around the campgrounds like a feral animal, they can't fold the old style of handle over your door, which you'd have to basically boot kick or beg for help to get to. And again, this is not a paint package. When I drove up, when I saw this thing, I was like, wow, that's a nice new paint package. So I figured they had a full body paint unit here that they wanted me to record. And turns out, no, this is just the standard base look. So you don't have to pay like 12, 15 grand extra to get something that just looks fantastic. Now, I love paint packages, and long-term, I think they look better long-term than a standard fiberglass and decal package, but I don't hate how this looks. I think it looks real nice, Clark. That there's an RV. I miss Randy Quaid. Man, I hope he's all right, whatever he's doing. The back here, I'm kind of surprised, given the massive football field length of this, they still have a receiver hitch set for towing with, you know, safety chain hooks and a 4-way wiring harness. But hey, at this point, why not? Now, I mentioned that this does have dual sewer outlets. One of the things that I did not mention is try to catch my balance walking backwards down a ditch here to get you the full shot of this monstrosity, is that it does have one of those sewer belly tubes to keep your black tank hoses kind of under control. So that's not a paint package. But what about paint packages? They have a couple of those too. If you're curious or serious, check the link in the video description. You can check availability and pricing one click away without ever needing to call a salesperson right there. Additionally, I'll leave you some links to some other dual suite true two-bedroom, I keep saying true bedroom, two-bedroom RVs from like North Point, Heritage Glen. I've got a few others. I'm drawing a blank offhand here, but I've got a few others you can take a look at. Alpine, there we go. Let me know which one you would go with and why. I'd be kind of curious. Or is there one that I've missed that I need to find? Let me know, and I'll do my best to fulfill it, because you folks continue to drive this channel. So thank you very much. And until next time, take care, stay safe, have fun. Happy glamping, everyone.